Hello, Cancer. Welcome to Spicy Sunflower Tarot. This is going to be your February reading. This is the monthly overview reading for your sign. I have 3 decks here specifically drawn out because February 17th is the actual start of the new year according to astrology that talks about the year of the horse. That's when it actually starts. So all of this January up to that point, it seems like maybe we've just been in a little bit of a holding pattern. Once the year of the horse starts, supposedly everything's going to start picking up pace and going. You'll feel like you get some gas in your tank, maybe. So that's good. But I am here to do your monthly reading, and I've got these 3 decks the Cat Tarot, the Cats Rule the Earth, and then the Tarot Familiars has all kinds of animals in it, but I'm going to set that off to the side. That's going to be our clarification deck at the end. I'm going to go ahead and choose the Cat Tarot, this purple deck here, and let's set these guys off to the side. I'm going to get these shuffled up. While I'm shuffling, that's when you can be tuning into your intuition, to your higher self, to the wisdom that's within you, that when you tap into it, you know exactly what to do and how to do it. So just trust that part of yourself. This tarot reading might not be absolutely 100% accurate for you, but maybe bits and pieces fit your life, and that's helpful for us to know about. Cancer can be your sun sign, your moon sign, or your rising sign. Sometimes it's helpful to check out all 3 placements. Just get a free birth chart run on the internet. They're free in several places. And then you can find out your sun, your moon, your rising. That will give you a full, complete snapshot of your personality in your overall. So let's get started. The Cat Tarot for the sign of Cancer. Doing a Celtic cross spread. What is the recent past energy for the sign of Cancer? What energy brought them into February? They left it behind when January came to a close, maybe. That recent past energy for Cancer. Cancer, recent past. We have the 5 of Swords. This is confrontation, conflict, arguments, disagreements. Look at the look on this cat's face, and these 2, they've gone away and they're sitting together and their back is turned. And so this one, probably had an opinion, and these 2 didn't agree with it. And then there was a verbal disagreement, there was an argument, there was some sort of a conflict. And it's maybe heavy on your mind. It's sword energy, so it's definitely how we're thinking about this argument. Maybe there was a dispute, there was a disagreement, and that's just on your mind. You're thinking about that a lot because maybe it was really pivotal. Maybe it really changed the dynamic of something. You held an opinion that others didn't agree with. Very possible. Let's find out, Cancer, your current present day energy. When you watch this reading, what is your energy right now? The King of Pentacles. It's a very stable, solid, secure, masculine, and it's how you're acting. It's your external energy. So you're acting very steady and solid and secure. It's like your roots are down. You're 10 toes down on something. You're solid and you're fixed on. This is Taurus energy, by the way. The King of Pentacles represents the sign of Taurus, if that has any relevance for you. Definitely daddy energy, father figure, the boss at work. But this is your energy. So this is you being in your masculine pentacle energy. So you're all about your physical reality. You're all about your money, your time, your efforts, your home. You're definitely your money. And I know I said that already, but it's definitely money oriented. The King of Pentacles has mastered their money. They're very wise. When they're going to spend, they're going to make sure that they're going to get a return on their investment. They're very careful with how they go about things in the physical reality. So in this energy for you, Cancer, what's challenging you in that? We already know that you came into the month thinking about a verbal disagreement, dispute, some sort of conflict, but that didn't really seem to affect, because you're standing here like, yeah, and you don't agree with me, it doesn't seem to phase you. But what is challenging you in your King of Pentacles energy? The challenge is the Five of Wands. As if the Five of Swords wasn't enough and people flapping their lips, now you've got people, their ego is involved. And this group, it seems to be something with work. This group of people, they're intent on coming at you. It was their words, it was their communication, it was they had a talk and they didn't agree with you. And now they're coming at you with their ego. Because Cancer, why did you decide that? Why did you think we didn't need lunch hour anymore? Why did you say we had to all start work at 7? Why did you talk about nobody's gonna get any days off the rest of the month, or whatever, where nobody's leaving early? Everybody got in their passion and their ego and their pride got involved, and there's all this kind of like, it sticks, and everybody is swaddling their sticks around, and there's conflict, and there's challenge, and there's disagreements, but it's very ego driven. Everybody is right, and they're going to prove they're right, and they're coming at you. So you're being challenged by, I think, a group of people, whoever it was that had the words. Now it's like they're putting a little muscle behind their words, and they aren't giving up. It's like you might feel like you're being attacked. What's on your mind? What are you thinking about? Let's find out what's going on in your mind. That's too many. What's on your mind, Cancer? Goodness, this feels controversial. This feels like you're trying to stay true to yourself, but you have people that are coming against you. Too many. Just one energy for what's on the mind of the Cancer that we're doing the reading for. What's on your mind? The Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is playful, fun-loving, footloose, and fancy-free. They're here for a good time, not a long time. They show up when everybody's having fun and everybody's talking loose and light, and there's no seriousness. I mean, this King of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands doesn't really get down with that, because they want to dance, they want to laugh, they want to sing, they want to have fun, they want to go on adventures. They're here for a good time, not a long time. So you could be fantasizing in your mind about that. Your energy as you show up in the world is very King of Pentacles, but in your mind, you're fantasizing. Your fantasy, Cancer, is Knight of Wands. Just having a blast, having fun, shaking your booty, listening to good tunes, eating good food. None of this monkey business that's going on here. What's down in the bottom of your soul, your spirit? You might not bring it out in the open, but it's there. It's definitely affecting you. What is that for Cancer? Cancer, that below the belt energy is the World. At the end of the day, and ultimately, you just want to have fun, and you just want everything. You want to have a whole new world. You really do. You want the end of a painful cycle to close and a new cycle to begin. Whatever it was that we've been dealing with over here, you just want that to end. Maybe that means that you have to leave everything, like the job, or you have to leave your relationship. something you need to do to protect yourself. This is down in the place where you're not really giving it a lot of time and attention. But not only do you wish in your fantasy life that you could just have fun and just be free and footloose, but you're also really wishing for a whole new world, literally. The end of a cycle and the beginning of a new cycle. You just want a whole new life. This life right here, it doesn't look very fun. It looks like you're trying to obey the rules, follow the plan, go along with what you're supposed to go along with, and everybody is coming for you. What is your near future? What is something that Cancer can be looking forward to in the near future? This upcoming energy. You might not be aware of it yet. It might not be here yet. Maybe as February continues to open and unfold, maybe it will reveal itself to you. The star. This is hopeful. This is the major arcana for the sign of Aquarius. This is about healing. This is about hope being restored. This is a little bit of heaven and a little bit of earth, a little bit of spirit and a little bit of grounded earth energy. It's an angel that pours water onto the land and pours water back into the water. It's emotional, but it's also very spiritual and very grounded earth-based. So it's hope and it's healing for a new situation, for a new scenario. It brings life where it feels like there's stagnancy and all of this baloney. As you move into the future, it seems like that will come to a conclusion for you, Cancer. Let's drop down into your internal energy. What is your internal energy? How are you feeling about everything? And you're a water sign, so your love language is all about the feelings. How's a Cancer feeling? Cancer, you're such a deep, intuitive, psychic, loving, family-oriented like no other. Caring about everybody else. You're so open to. This is the Hierophant. Deep inside, you've got this loving knowledge. You just love to gain knowledge. You love to learn about things. You love to know about things. You are considered a spiritual teacher, whether you want to believe that or not, or maybe you know that about yourself, but you've learned so much about your spiritual practices, your belief system. This is very much the Pope of the tarot. So if you are a religious individual, what you've learned about your faith, you inspire other people. This is your internal energy though. So this is really inspiring you. All of your learned knowledge and your belief systems, your practices, all of that, that is serving you right now. You're really calling on it. You're calling on your internal spiritual teacher, God, the Pope, the priest at your church, your father. This is very masculine-like energy. It also represents the sign of Taurus, more Taurus that we talked about earlier. The Hierophant is the number 5 in the major arcana, and it's your internal energy. So you're really looking inside for your faith and your belief system. And I really think you're getting this spiritual strength that you need for whatever the situation is that you're encountering or facing in February. And let's get the external energy outside of you. It could be your family, could be your workplace, but it affects you. It's outside of you. It's external energy. The Queen of Swords. So there is somebody outside of you that does not mind sharing their opinion, that does not mind lifting their sword up and threatening the group, that if you all are going to talk like this or think like this, or if you're going to go outside of the scope of what I believe is right, I'm going to come down on you. I'm going to cut you out. You're going to get fired. You're going to lose your job. The Queen of Swords, in their negative aspect, they're going to be cutthroat. In their positive aspect, they're going to stand for truth. They're going to be very clear communicators. They're going to be very direct. They're unemotional. And you're an emotional sign. You deal with your emotions. Also, you're very faith-oriented. That's clear. The Queen of Swords doesn't really speak that language. They speak the truth, the facts, the figures. Show me the numbers. Show me the information. Let's hear it, see it, know it. I want to read about it. And I'm going to make my decision. But the Queen of Swords, yeah, they don't operate in their emotions. They're very methodical and strategic mentally. And this is the feminine energy of the court cards. And the Queen of Swords is going to be the more introspective, thinking about things. You're going to know if the Queen of Swords is in a good or a bad mood. They're going to make their determination on things. They're going to try to be very fair and square about stuff. But ultimately, the Queen of Swords they're not going to hesitate to cut people, places, and things out of their lives that no longer serves them. Period. Queen of Swords. Hopes and fears. What are the hopes? What is the fears for the Cancer that this reading is for? The hopes and the fears. The Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is abundance. It's ruled by the planet Jupiter. This is the major arcana for the sign of Sagittarius, fire. This is it's luck, good energy, fortune, abundance. Monetarily, the Wheel of Fortune is karma. It's always turning in who deserves it, who doesn't deserve it, who needs it as far as karma is concerned. It's always turning. The wheel is always turning. And this is in your hopes and fears. You hope that karma is served, but you also fear that karma gets served. Because maybe there's elements of your life that you know that you've missed the hand. Maybe you thought you missed the hand of karma. And if that karmic wheel is really coming around, if it's going to come for you like it comes for them, I don't know if I want that. I, though, believe that this is a stroke of abundance and fortune for you in some way, shape, or form, maybe getting a raise, but that's in the hopes and the fears. And that makes a lot of sense, because if we are promoted, we get a raise, we get some kind of advance in our monetary value, what is that going to mean for us? So it's a hope and a fear. Yeah, I hope I get rich, but if I get rich, then what? What are my expectations? What are people going to want from me because they're going to give me more money? So what is that? Is that Queen of Swords going to really come down on me? Am I going to have more expectations and more responsibilities and all of that? So there's a little bit of a double-edged sword there. At the end of the day, what is the final outcome for the sign of Cancer? The final outcome for the sign of Cancer. What is that final outcome for Cancer? The Devil. Interesting. Could be dealing with a Capricorn, earth energy. And the Devil as a final outcome, very interesting, because that is earth-based energy. That is all about this physical realm. That is all about our carnal nature. The Devil is concerned with the carnal nature of us as humans. And it's our tendencies to overindulge in anything that we could get addicted to. It can be sex, it can be drugs, it can be love, gossip, rock and roll. You name it. The sky's the limit where physical reality is concerned. This is showing up as your final outcome. And what the devil does is shines the spotlight on the areas of our life where there's toxicity, and to get control of that, because otherwise we're a slave to what we think we're participating in. If we think we're just dabbling in something, we only do that on occasion. Do you? Or does it have control of you? Because that's what the devil is. The devil is that which controls us. We think we've got our life all under control and everything's fine and dandy. But then at the end of the day, it turns out, no, you were coming home at night and having 3 drinks instead of just 1. You were indulging on the weekends at work. When you go, you always sit and gossip about everybody. And it's proven to be something that at the end of the day is not healthy. And so the final outcome being the devil, it's a call to action. Cancer, take a good look at your life. What is it that you participate in that has gotten out of hand? It's gotten out of control. Something. And you can go over your life with a fine-tooth comb and you'll know what that thing is. If there's nothing, then this is not your reading. This is a reading for someone that this applies to, and you'll know. And then it's just time for you to tighten up your purse strings a little bit. I'm going to bring out that Tarot Familiars, and we're going to do 3 extra cards, just a last layer to see if it confirms this reading or if it's maybe something new entirely. For the sign of Cancer, just 3 extra cards for them. This was a lot. I really feel like it has something to do with work, though. Something at work. And there's the Hermit and the Ace of Wands. That's work related for sure. And then 7 of Swords. Yeah. So we do have the Hermit showing up. That is our major arcana. So that's going to be our trump card, our main energy. The Hermit is Cancer, the need for you to detach from society for a little bit, not forever, but for a little bit, to seek your own wisdom and your own truth, to go within, to maybe that is definitely that Hierophant energy, what your faith is, what your truth is, what your wisdom is. You need to find that light within. There's going to be a new opportunity for you to shine like a diamond. And then there's this warning to be careful for people, places, and things that cover the truth, that don't share the full story. They are deceptive. They're trying to pull the wool over your eyes. It really feels like somebody at work. Something involved with this new opportunity of yours. There is some deception, and that is really the call of needing to go within, hermit yourself to find your light and your truth and your wisdom. Cancer, that's your reading. Please remember to like, follow, subscribe, share. I love your comments. If you're comfortable leaving comments, thank you. This is your February reading, Cancer. I'm on TikTok and I'm on YouTube. And it's a pleasure and a blessing to do your reading. Be blessed. Be well. Namaste.